I walked out on a surprise date with the girl I'd rejected 3 times. What my best friend let her do next was truly terrifying. Plus one update. I feel like I need to say this for this post not to be removed. This is not about the date, about relationships, or something I want a judgment on me walking out of there. Cast me 25M, Joe 26M, Jane 24F. To give you a little background to this situation, I met Jane through Joe's girlfriend at her birthday party last year. At first, Jane was fun to talk to, but not even an hour later, Jane was really into me and tried really badly to hit on me during the party, which pretty much ruined my time there, as the feeling was not mutual in the slightest bit. Also, at the time, I was already with someone. So the first impression I got from Jane was that she was clingy, annoying, and just wouldn't stop bothering me. Unfortunately for me, she became part of my larger friend group, because she is part of Joe's girlfriend's friend group. That is a mouthful, sheesh. And because me and Joe hang out a lot, and I am also friends with his girlfriend, I pretty much run into her at minimum twice a month. So first time Jane asked me out was a month after that party. I informed her I was with someone and not interested. She tried again 2 months later when I broke up with my then girlfriend. Again, I declined her advances and told her I was not interested. I got into a new relationship not long after, but unfortunately she and I broke up about 2 months ago. Since then, as you might have anticipated, Jane has asked me out again. I said no again. Well, that brings us to this week. Everything has been opening up here, and Joe had been trying to fix me up with a friend of his girlfriend and would not tell me who. He is well aware of me having rejected Jane multiple times and the fact I am not interested in her. He knows this in detail. After a lot of what he calls convincing, and I call whining, I had no interest in dating anytime soon. I relented and decided to agree to this double date idea of his. We agree on meeting at Joe's apartment, and lo and behold, Joe, his girlfriend and Jane are occupying the dinner table, obviously intending for my date to be Jane. I honestly just got so goddamn angry that I couldn't even get a single word out, turned around and left. I have been bombarded with texts and calls about how much of a douche I am and how terribly I hurt Jane and so on, and I am just like, I literally rejected her like 3 times. I am not interested in her. You knew that. Your girlfriend knew that. Our entire friend group has a running joke about obsessive Jane FFS, so literally everyone knows it. So am I the asshole? I feel pretty shitty about it though. Regardless of my opinion on Jane, that must have stung. Even so, he is one of my best friends. He shouldn't be screwing me over like that. Even if it was 100% their idea, I still blame Joe most. GODDMNIT Jane, leave me alone. Nah, just kidding. I honestly do not know exactly what went through their heads to come to the decision that this was a brilliant idea, and I am not sure whether I will find out, as I am honestly doubting whether I want to stay friends with them. After having more of a think, and realizing that I am not really Ta. Despite the fact that I felt guilty, I have seen one common theme in a lot of replies, and that is that Jane's behavior is obsessive and stalkerish, and honestly, it is. They both knew this too, and decided to set me up with her anyway, which honestly leaves room for a slew of other issues. Update. It has been a little under 2 months, and I have received quite a few requests to make an update over the past 9 or so weeks. At first, I was going to make one a week or 3 ago, but I decided against it, and instead chose to wait till I had some proper updates. But well, here goes. At any rate, like I said, here goes. It turns out that some of the more pessimistic of you were right. Jane was being obsessive and stalkerish, and it sort of all came tumbling down on her at that point. A week or so after I made my post, she decided to message me. Well, it came down to her not understanding why I was showing interest in her, and then refused to date her. I never showed interest in her beyond basic friendliness. A wall of text dedicated to thrashing my previous relationships and calling them all sorts of names, specifically pointing out how I dated the wrong girls, and a weird rant about how everyone agreed me and her were meant to be, which just isn't the case, like I said in my previous post. There is a running joke in our friend group about how weird she is. Now you might think this is something that can be expected, something that just happens, an outlet for her of sorts, except she sent it from the wrong account. See, I had become internet friends with a person in the past month or two. Me and her would game together, chat from time to time, the usual organic internet friend situation. And the messages concerning outdate were sent from this account. Turns out she had literally used this alias to infiltrate my internet friend group and keep tabs on me of sorts. Obviously, this freaked me the fuck out. I took screenshots of what she had sent me and afterwards blocked all accounts that I knew now she was using. I followed that up by sharing everything in our friend Discord and in our friend WhatsApp group, so everyone could see, which resulted in her being kicked from both, and I later got a call from Joe full on apologetic, telling me he had no idea and he knew he shouldn't have done it, but that his girlfriend was being pressured by Jane. Turned out, Jane had literally been bitching at her for months to arrange something like this, and she finally caved. Again, creepy stuff. I told him that I needed some time as he really fucked me over big time, and I didn't trust him anymore as a result. While Jane has been shunned by all friends, she still contacted me twice, once to apologize, which quickly turned into weird shit where she started talking about us. She seems convinced there is an us, and I am interested, and another time just to curse at me, both from random accounts. I am not sure where to go from here, and I am still pretty shook up. They both apologized like full-on long-guess apology via email, but I am taking my distance for them, low contact. I don't think I want friends that fuck me over like that. As for a restraining order, I think it is pretty damn difficult to get one here.